Today, we will go through the most common automatic fails on the driving test. If you make one of these mistakes, your entire test will be over in an instant. Let's dive right in. Number 1, yellow lights. In general, yellow lights should be treated as the beginning of a red light, and you must stop unless unable to safely do so. However, on the driving test, you'll be best off by always stopping when you approach yellow lights, unless you're so close that you'll create a road hazard by doing so. This way, you won't be caught running a red light, which is an automatic fail. Number 2, failure to buckle up at the start of the road test. If you don't fasten your seatbelts before starting the car, you won't even get a chance to leave the DMV parking lot. Just like that, the road test is over. This is not uncommon either. Many students actually forget to fasten their seatbelts when getting in the car, oftentimes just because of immense nerves. Number 3, speeding in general and in school zones. It's not uncommon for students to speed during their driving test, mainly because they're anxious and nervous. But as you might expect, this will not be treated lightly by your examiner. Always make sure to look out for speed limit signs when entering a new road and try to maintain a speed within 5 miles per hour of the posted speed limit. Also, pay extra attention to your speed in school zones. You will often find reduced speed limits during school hours, and if you fail to slow down, you might just as well start driving back to your local DMV because you just failed your test. We recommend that you learn about any school zones near your DMV before taking your test so you won't be caught off guard on test day. Number 4, not checking your mirrors. The test examiner will keep a keen eye on your usage of interior and exterior mirrors. To avoid missing points, you will want to check your right side, rear view, and left side mirror about every 5 to 10 seconds. It can even be smart to exaggerate your mirror checks. Points will be deducted if your instructor can't determine if you checked your mirrors, even if you actually did. And not checking your mirrors at all is very dangerous and therefore considered a major fault. Now, before we continue, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe. It will really help our channel and more people will be able to find this video. Thank you. Number 5, failing to obey regulatory signs. Regulatory signs tell you what you can and cannot do. So as you understand, they are quite important. If you fail to obey regulatory signs, you will not pass your driving test. The most common mistake we see here is students failing to come to a complete stop when facing a stop sign. This is just something you need to learn to do. Always, always, always come to a complete stop when facing a stop sign. Number 6, failing to yield to an emergency vehicle. Emergency vehicles with flashing lights have priority over all other road users. If you come across an emergency vehicle during your driving test, you must make sure to move over so it can easily pass you. Most states have extremely strict rules when it comes to emergency vehicles. Number 7, not changing lanes correctly. When changing lanes, there are several parts that your driving test examiner will look for, and this means that you can lose several points. When changing lanes, always remember to first survey your surroundings. Check your rear view mirror, side view mirror, and blind spot. Failing to do either of these will result in a failing mark on the lane change portion of the driver's test. If you change lanes in a way that can endanger other road users, you can expect to instantly fail your driving test. Number 8, failing to yield to pedestrians. Pedestrians are vulnerable in traffic, so there are special rules around them. Make sure to give way to pedestrians and give them plenty of spaces in traffic, such as intersections, on crosswalks, when making turns, etc. Make sure to look ahead and start slowing down well in advance to show the examiner that you are a safe driver. Yield to pedestrians and never ever charge at them when crossing the street. Number 9, striking the curb or stationary object when parking or backing. When parking, you will be allowed to gently touch the curb, but if you strike it or drive over it, that's an instant fail. The same goes when you back into a parking or a parking space. Make sure to take it easy so you don't hit any stationary object or vehicle. If you need more help, our driver's education course and online permit practice tests cover plenty of practical driving tips that will help you immensely during the actual exam.